Psychology is the scientific study of behavior and mental processes. It seeks to understand how people think, feel, and act, both as individuals and in groups. The field explores the full range of human experience, from brain activity and perception to relationships and culture. Psychologists aim to describe behavior, explain why it occurs, predict future behavior, and in some cases influence or change it. Psychology is both a social science and a biological science, combining observation, experimentation, and theory to investigate the mind in all its complexity. While psychological questions have existed for thousands of years, the discipline became formalized as a science in the late 19th century. Philosophers like Aristotle, Descartes, and Locke laid the groundwork, but it was Wilhelm Wundt who established psychology as an experimental science in 1879 when he opened the first laboratory in Germany. In its early years, the field was shaped by different schools of thought. Structuralism attempted to analyze the basic elements of mental experience, while functionalism focused on how the mind adapts to the environment. Sigmund Freud introduced psychoanalysis, emphasizing unconscious drives and childhood influences. In contrast, behaviorism, led by John B. Watson and B.F. Skinner, focused strictly on observable behavior and the effects of learning. Later, humanistic psychologists such as Carl Rogers and Abraham Maslow emphasized personal growth, free will, and self-actualization. The cognitive revolution of the mid-20th century brought attention back to mental processes such as thinking, memory, and language, setting the stage for the diverse field that psychology is today. Modern psychology includes a range of perspectives that offer different explanations for behavior. The biological approach investigates the role of the brain, nervous system, hormones, and genes. The behavioral approach examines how the environment and learning experiences shape behavior. The cognitive approach explores internal processes like memory, problem solving, and decision making. The psychodynamic approach highlights unconscious forces and internal conflicts. The humanistic approach emphasizes personal growth and self-understanding. The socio-cultural approach considers how cultural norms and social environments influence behavior, while the evolutionary perspective explores how psychological traits may have developed to solve adaptive problems faced by our ancestors. These approaches do not compete, but rather provide complementary insights, offering a richer and more complete picture of the human mind. Psychology relies on empirical research to test theories and gather evidence. Research methods include controlled experiments, naturalistic observations, case studies, surveys, and correlational studies. Experimental research involves manipulating one variable to see its effect on another, allowing researchers to determine cause and effect relationships. Correlational research identifies patterns of association, but cannot confirm causality. Observational methods involve recording behavior in real-world or laboratory settings, while case studies allow for detailed investigations of a single individual or small group. Surveys are used to collect data from large populations about their attitudes, beliefs, or experiences. All research is guided by ethical principles that protect participants' rights, ensure informed consent, and promote scientific integrity. Psychology is a broad and applied science with many areas of specialization. Clinical psychologists assess and treat mental health disorders, while counseling psychologists help people cope with stress, life transitions, and personal challenges. Developmental psychologists study how people change over the lifespan, from infancy to old age. Cognitive psychologists investigate processes such as learning, memory, attention, and reasoning. Social psychologists explore how individuals are influenced by others, looking at issues like conformity, prejudice, and group behavior. Industrial and organizational psychologists apply psychological principles to workplaces, aiming to improve productivity, employee well-being, and leadership. Educational psychologists focus on how people learn and how teaching methods can be improved. Health psychologists examine how psychological factors affect physical health and illness. Forensic psychologists apply psychological knowledge to legal and criminal justice contexts, while sports psychologists work to enhance athletic performance and mental resilience. Biological processes are central to understanding behavior. The brain and nervous system are made up of billions of neurons that transmit information through electrical impulses and chemical messengers known as neurotransmitters. Brain regions such as the cerebral cortex, limbic system, and brainstem regulate emotions, memory, decision making, and bodily functions. Hormones, produced by the endocrine system, also influence behavior by affecting mood, energy levels, and responses to stress. Advances in neuroscience, including brain imaging technologies, have deepened our understanding of the physical basis of psychological phenomena and how brain structure and function relate to thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Our experience of the world depends on sensation and perception. Sensation refers to the detection of stimuli through the five senses: vision, hearing, taste, smell, and touch. Perception is the process of organizing and interpreting sensory input to make sense of the environment. Perception is influenced by prior knowledge, expectations, and context. It is an active and constructive process that allows individuals to navigate the world, recognize patterns, and respond to threats and opportunities. Psychologists also study states of consciousness, including sleep, dreams, meditation, and altered states brought on by substances or brain injury. These investigations reveal how awareness shifts and how the brain regulates attention, arousal, and experience. Learning is a central topic in psychology. Classical conditioning, discovered by Ivan Pavlov, involves learning through association, where a neutral stimulus becomes linked to a reflexive response. Operant conditioning, developed by B.F. Skinner, involves learning through rewards and punishments that shape voluntary behavior. Reinforcement increases the likelihood of a behavior, while punishment decreases it. Observational learning, also called modeling, occurs by watching others and imitating their behavior, a concept studied by Albert Bandura. These learning principles have wide-ranging applications in education, therapy, behavior change programs, and training. Memory is the system by which information is encoded, stored, and retrieved. It is not a single process, but a set of systems, including short-term memory, long-term memory, and working memory. Long-term memory can be explicit, such as facts and events, or implicit, such as skills and habits. Memory is fallible and reconstructive, meaning it can be influenced by suggestion, emotion, and time. Cognitive psychology explores how people think, reason, solve problems, and use language. It also examines decision-making processes and cognitive biases, systematic errors in thinking that affect judgment. Intelligence is another important area, with debates around whether it is a single ability or a set of multiple intelligences, including linguistic, spatial, logical, mathematical, and emotional intelligence. Emotion and motivation are interconnected aspects of human experience. Emotions involve physiological responses, expressive behavior, and subjective feelings. They help individuals respond to challenges, form social bonds, and communicate internal states. Motivation is the force that drives behavior toward goals. Theories of motivation include biological drives, such as hunger or sex, as well as psychological needs for achievement, affiliation, and autonomy. Humanistic theories emphasize the pursuit of personal growth and fulfillment. These processes interact with personality, which refers to enduring patterns of thought, feeling, and behavior that distinguish individuals. Trait theories describe personality in terms of consistent characteristics, while psychodynamic and humanistic theories offer more interpretive approaches. Personality is studied through assessments and inventories that help individuals understand themselves and guide psychological interventions. Psychological disorders are conditions that cause significant distress or impair functioning. These include anxiety disorders, mood disorders such as depression and bipolar disorder, psychotic disorders such as schizophrenia, and personality disorders. Diagnosing mental illness involves identifying symptoms and matching them to diagnostic criteria found in manuals, such as the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. Treatments vary depending on the disorder, but may include cognitive behavioral therapy, psychodynamic therapy, medication, and lifestyle interventions. Many treatment approaches combine different strategies to meet the unique needs of individuals. Psychologists also work to reduce stigma, promote mental health awareness, and increase access to care. Psychology is essential for understanding and improving the human condition. It informs education, healthcare, public policy, relationships, and personal development. Its findings help explain why people behave the way they do and how they can change or grow. As a discipline, psychology continues to evolve through scientific discovery, technological advances, and engagement with real world issues. Whether studying brain activity, analyzing group dynamics, or helping someone cope with trauma, psychology offers tools for making sense of the world and enhancing human well being. Stay tuned for more insights into business and the social sciences. If you found this overview helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on future topics you'd like us to cover. I'm Dr. Dag, wishing you a fantastic day ahead.